Hey, this is John Campbell from Lamb of God, and you're watching burningmusic.de.
We're sitting here with John of Lamb of God here at Rock and Park. So, first of all, welcome back to Germany.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. So, how does it feel to play here again?
Oh, it's great. This is an amazing festival that I mean, it's huge. There's tons of bands, tons of people. I think this is our third or fourth time.
Okay. So
yeah.
How does it feel to play in front of such a mixed crowd? I mean, there are not just metal and rock bands; there are also hip-hop acts.
Yeah, no, it's amazing, and we have friends who are working in all of these different projects. So it's great for us because we see a lot of our old friends, and that's one of the beautiful things about European festivals is that it's such an eclectic mix of music.
Yeah. Yeah. There's going to be probably many people out there that haven't ever heard of you, or haven't seen you before. So what can they expect from a Lamb of God show when they see you for the first time ever?
I'm sure there are people that have never seen us before, but maybe I'm being egotistical to think that they've probably heard of us.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, like the kids already, like,
yeah, they probably
Linkin Park.
Yeah, maybe they have a young cousin who's a fan. It's fun, man. It's you know, we kind of set out to play for as many people as we could, and we're kind of able to play for thousands of people at a time. That's really it's incredible.
Yeah, cool. On the album, it's called Resolution.
Yeah.
Has it a special meaning, or did you just call it because it has like the word has just several meanings?
That is part of it. I think any decent art is open to interpretation, and resolution being a word with many definitions. Fits that bill well, and it means many things for us too. It's you know, it's the resolution of a lot of hard work of putting together this record, but it's also can mean resolution as far as the strength to persevere and continue on.
Okay. So, were there any differences in comparison to the previous albums and during the recording and the writing process?
Well, we worked with Josh Wilburn, who produced the last record. And we used the same process. The main difference this time was that the writing began before we got off tour. Mark, on his laptop while still on the road, started demoing stuff, and then when we got home, Willie started demoing stuff. So by the time we came together, we had a large collection of songs to work on that had already been pretty well developed. So I think, were able to further develop these songs than we had with other records in the past.
Okay. So, what were the biggest influences on your music on this record? Just yourself, or
heavy metal, man? We're a heavy metal band.
Heavy metal. Okay. I think that your sound might change on the next record. I mean, it's like everyone knows when he listens to a Lamb of God song. I think that it is Lamb of God without knowing the name of the song.
Yeah, I think we've managed to create a Lamb of God brand sound just by doing what comes naturally
to us.
To
that for the future?
Well, you know, we've just begun talking about what the next record will be, and it's really just theoretical at this point. But there has been some interest in trying to do things a little different and shaking it up. But at this point,
plans for the next record.
Plans is too strong of a word.
Okay, just you know, thoughts about.
Yeah, we're just beginning to talk about what we might want out of the next record.
Okay. So, what are your plans for the future? So after the tour. I mean,
well, you say after the tour, we're going to be on the road through the end of 2013 if all things go well.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're looking to the end of 2013 before getting some time off to start the process again.
Okay, so just a little break afterwards, or just keep on going?
A small break, yeah. We all have families at home, so
so take care of your
take care of our responsibilities and have some time to actually be human beings and live with our families.
Yeah, sure. So, is there anyone you would like to have as a featuring on one of your albums, or do you want Lamb of God to stay Lamb of God?
Well, we've had people on our records before. We had Chris Poland and Alex Skolnick do solos on a record. That was great. That was fun and interesting. There are people that came up as possible people to work on that record when that idea came up that we never used. That who knows? Maybe we'll reinvigorate that idea, but you know, that's all way premature to know that sort of thing. Okay, so I wouldn't be against it, but you know, done well, that's not a bad thing.
Not any wishes for a special musician you would like to have?
No. I'm pretty happy with the musicians we've assembled.
Okay. And live on stage probably, not from the record, just some friends.
I mean, yeah, at any point, sure. Yeah, it happens occasionally. It's never really that much of a planned thing.
playing here today with you, with your friends with. So
yeah, well, we're also on pretty early today, so I think our friends that might do that might be still in bed or
okay, sure.
otherwise occupied eating breakfast or something.
Okay, is there any band you would like to tour with, or any band left you would like to tour
that
with?
we have not yet? I guess is the qualifier on that. Well, we've never toured with Iron Maiden. We've done some festivals with them.
Okay.
Just playing a couple shows with those guys would be good. I think at that point we would have checked everybody off, just about.
Okay, yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any funny stories to tell? What happened during the tour? Or
I do, but not in this setting.
Not for the camera.
Sure.
Yeah. What kind of work would you do if you wouldn't be a musician? Or what kind of work have you done before you joined the band?
My last honest job was bartending.
Okay.
So I would probably be involved in some capacity there, but you never know. I mean, that was years ago. And it developed into this, or maybe it would have developed into something else.
When the band would end someday in years in the future, what would you like to do afterwards? Just keep on going to do something with music, or
you never know, man. You never know. There's lots of possibilities and opportunities.
Okay, so you're a musician for many years, and I mean the music industry changed in the last couple of years, like 10-15 years, because of the internet piracy.
Still changing, man.
And for example, Roadrunner closes some branch offices here in Europe and Asia, I think. So I mean, like signs that scare me personally, because there are like so many big bands in there that I'm a fan of for a really long time, and they're closing. So what do you think about it? How do you feel the differences during the years?
Well, this
as
is
a musician.
As far as the Roadrunner thing, that's just happened, and that's still, I'm still kind of in shock, because we've developed friendships and relationships with all these people, and now they're kind of in a spot. So it's kind of a bum out. But when we came into the music industry, we kind of came in through the internet. That's how we got onto a label to begin with, and we never were making ridiculous amounts of money to see that then be hurt by that. You know what I'm saying? So I guess in some ways we came in at the right time. We've managed to do all right by ourselves, but it's definitely a changing thing. The people who rely on selling the music are not doing so well.
So do you on the CD sales or the shows? I mean, many bands have to tour more than years before to.
Well, we've never been a band to rely on record sales.
Okay.
Anyway, touring has always been how we paid our bills, and so that for us hasn't changed.
What do you think will the industry be like in the next years? How will it change?
With festivals like this continuing on, as far as big name bands being able to get out there and perform their art for people, I think that's all still going to go on. I just think that the means of selling those albums is going to change, and
like the CDs will disappear in the.
I mean, you buy computers now; they don't come with CD drives.
Yeah, it's a sad thing. I think.
Were you around? Do you remember 8-tracks when you were a kid? How about cassettes?
Cassettes, yeah, I remember cassettes.
Okay, you remember cassettes.
Yeah, because my father, he also collects like vinyls and shit.
Yeah. It's the way of the world, man. Shit changes.
Yeah.